Hey guys, I just want to make this video real quick to tell you about number 15 and 16 because we skipped them earlier. They really aren't that hard, but I just need to sit down for a second and look at them to figure out what would be best in terms of trying to explain it. That wasn't like a guess and check way. And this is what I have come up with. All right. So let me just zoom in. Can I just zoom in here? All right, cool. More room to write. So think of it like this, right? We don't know what the A1 is, but we know that the A2 is 36. We don't know what the A3 is, but we know what the A4 is, right? The A4 is 576. So here's what's happening, right? We're going to have something multiplied here to get the next number, and we're going to multiply that same number again to get the 576. So essentially, we are going to have 36 times, and let's just say, I want to call it x, but I also want to write multiplying as like a dot. So let's say times x and then times x again. So we're starting with 36, right? And you're multiplying this same number by itself twice, which means essentially x squared. See what I'm saying? Because it's 2 times. This is 36 times x to get this number here, and then you're multiplying that times x again, and you're ending up at 576. So I'm writing that equation down because this helps me figure out what that x value is. That's a 36, by the way. So you're basically solve this, right? Divide both sides by this 36, and you're going to have x squared equal to 576 divided by 36, which makes 16. So when you square root, of course, gets x equals 4. So that means the r value is that you're multiplying by 4. So if you're going to write the rule for this, the rule is, because it's geometric, just ignore the fact like that this is in the way. The rule for geometrics, an equals a times r to the n minus 1 power. I clearly know that r is 4. And if I want to find, all I need to do is find the first term. Now in this case, just to make this easier, obviously if I go backwards, I'll be dividing by 4. So that's the first term, because this is the second term. So if I just divide by 4, I get the first term. So in this case, that's what I would do. 36 divided by 4 makes 9, so that I know that the first term is 9. And that's how I would figure it out. But on other problems, if it's, if you don't have that convenience, let's say that, the first term was like way down there more. Here's what you can do. You know that 576, for example, is the fourth term, right? So A4 is, we know that R value is 4. Because it's the fourth term, N would be 4. So 4 minus 1. Now, the fourth term is that 576. So hopefully you understand why I'm writing this. The fourth term is 576. And because it's the fourth term, that's why I put N as 4 there. Okay? So I have my equation. I already found R. Can I erase this? It's like going to bother me. Okay, there it goes. So now I can just solve this, right? I've got 576 equals A. This is 4 to the third power. And 4 to the third power is 64. So it's A times 64. So if you divide by 64, 576 divided by 64 gets you 9. So you know that the A value is 9. So once you know the A value is 9, your rule is AN equals 9 times 4, the N minus 1 power. We found 9 to be the first term. We found 4 to be the R value a long time ago, and we just plugged them in. Let's look at that same thing. Whoa. You guys seeing this? Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's try this for this problem, okay? So we know the second term is 4, and we know that the fifth term is whatever that fraction is, okay? 256 divided by 27. So this will be, again, because it's geometric. It says it's geometric. We know it's geometric. So I know, oh my gosh, dude. Okay. This is going to be bad. All right. So we know that we're taking something, we're multiplying some amount there, then we're multiplying it again there, then we're multiplying it again there. So I'm taking 4, and I'm going to have to multiply it by that value 3 times. So 4x to the third, and that'll end up being that 256 over 27. So I'm setting this up so I can figure out what the x is so that I know what I have to be multiplying by each successive time. So when I solve this, I'll divide both sides by 4. Now, if I'm going to type this in the calculator, this is what I'll do. If you hit alpha y equals, I can use a fraction, right? So I'll have 256 over 27, and then I'll divide it by 4. And that is, so that's x to the third equals 64 over 27. So now I just need to take the cube root because it's something to the third power. So I need to take the cube root of both sides. That leaves me with x. And when I take the cube root, I don't know how this is going to work. Let me see how this does it. But if I do math, I know I got the cube root button here. And I'm just going to, it's already my answer. So, well, I can type it in if I wanted to. But yeah, we'll do it that way. Typing in the fraction 64 over 27. And the answer is 4/3. So that means that the r value, what we're multiplying here, I guess I could use r instead of x. That would make a lot of sense. But, you know, whatever. 4/3 is what you're multiplying by. 4/3, 4/3, 4/3. The r value is 4/3. So when we're trying to write the rule, an equals a r to the n minus 1, we now know that r is 4/3. So now all I need to do is find a. And in this case, I would just, again, I would divide by 4/3. So take 4, divide it by that 4/3. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's fine. This should work, right? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Right? Yeah. I'm going to go with it. So I know that the first term is going to be 3. So I would just, you know, say, hey, that's 3. But if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, let's take the fact that I know the second value is 4. So a2 is 4. So I'm going to plug in 2 for n simply because 4 is the second term. So again, those have to correspond to each other. I know 4 is the second term, so that's why I put the 4 here, and I put the n value as 2. So now I would just solve this for a. So this is 4 equals a. Now 2 minus 1 is just 4/3 to the first power. 4/3 to the first power is just 4/3. So you can take that, divide both sides by 4/3. Just like I did in the calculator a second ago, and you see that a becomes 3. Well, there you have it. That's it. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me know if you guys have other questions, okay? I didn't want to work all these out because, like, you know, takes a long time. But we did it in class. So let me know if you guys need anything else, all right? See you tomorrow.